Yeah. Back again. Happy New Year, people. It's your boy Teddy R. Belly, Tedrick Bellison, aka the Baby Mama Whisperer. We back with it.
What?
Hey, don't. Welcome to another episode of Teddy Talks the podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out to the family, Laptavius, Godel. Shout out to DJ Rude Boy. Shout out to Miss Corinne. Shout out to the fans, the people who've been watching the show, supporting it. I thank you. Last year we did amazing. I appreciate all the support, constantly tuning in. I love y'all. I thank y'all. Shout out to Penthouse Studios, my boy Chin, always blessing us with his place to come and record. I thank you. People, we are back. Man, I'm gonna do this professionally today.
God bless you. Let him use you, son.
We're gonna read off his introduction.
Thank you. Introduce me right.
Oh man.
Let him use you.
Top name of this episode is A Conversation Between Brothers, Part 3. How to Build a Brother. Adrian Cadillac Bell is an actor, entrepreneur, an advocate for men's self-care, a minister through mime. He's recently decided to use his knowledge as a handyman to start a movement to hold men accountable while building and equipping them to live the lives they were created for, observing and listening to their unique approaches to relationships, love, and finances. He has been married to the love of his life, my beautiful sister, Brittany. Hey, that's this. For almost a decade, and uses his experiences and lessons learned to help others. He seeks to build a brother one block and tool at a time and inspire others to do the same. Ladies and gentlemen, my brother, the man, the myth, the living legend himself.
Wow.
Brick City Lack. Adrian Cadillac Bell, people.
Don't do that to the people. Don't do that to the people.
What they do, my brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me on here with your knees. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, yeah. Been in the gym.
You been in, man, all right. Okay. We're not going to go there.
Are you going to be a hater?
I'm not going to be no hater, man. But I appreciate you having me, dog. It's been I ain't been up here since last year.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So it's new. Let me apologize right now for the hat. I don't apologize for the logos. Because it's purple and gold all day, so you can call it what you want. But I apologize for the hat. Cause you already know how I am about my hair and my tape and my cut.
Yes, we know faithfully.
Yeah. So I couldn't do it today. I had to cover it up. And I put on my Malcolm X's today because I want to feel real author-like and real sophisticated-like. So
that man is a whole author.
Yeah,
people.
man.
Whole author. Listen, if you have not gotten your own copy of How to Build a Brother.
It ain't how to build a brother. It's just build a brother.
No, it's how to build a brother.
Oh, wow.
You got to get into the how. You know, the Lord uses him. Hey, that boy was preaching in his book. I'm telling y'all now, niggas, when y'all get to page 48. Page 48 will change your life.
Man,
I'm sticking to that. I've been telling niggas for the longest. Everybody been asking me what the hell is on page 48.
You talking about 48.
You're going to have to get to it and you're going to have to read it. But this book has really been something instrumental. And I'm glad that you finally put it out. To be an individual who does not like to read and to actually put out a book himself, that is an amazing feat.
It don't make sense to some people.
It don't.
I bet. It didn't really make sense to me, to be honest with you. But I am in like a season right now where I find myself having to read. You know, the passion I've always had has been acting. So the only thing that I can recall myself really committing to read on a regular basis was scripts. And that's to, for memorization or whatever project I'm working on. I just never had the like drive to sit down and read a book. Younger, growing up, so my sister was a bookworm, but it was just never my thing. And I think with where I am now, it's like finding books that you actually want to read with a message that you connect to, for the most part. So I'm just in that season right now, self growth, development, and I hated the fact that the saying was, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book.
And we were literally just talking about that, the
so
other day.
It irked me to hear. It's always irked me to hear, but I just never had anything that really pulled me to stay committed to reading. And I'm just in that season right now where I am hungry for more.
Right.
So such is life, man.
Well, let's get into it, man. How did you even come about writing this book?
Dive in.
Stupid.
Man, it was I'm really on like this path right now of
take your time, son. Take your time.
Like finding like my purpose, like what my purpose is here on this earth. And you have conversations with people and you talking, and then you just start getting some clarity through conversations, just self-development. And the book is literally just a result of where my mind goes from, in the midst of conversation. We talk all like when you read it, the first thing you told me was that you felt like we were just sitting down,
having a
conversation. That's literally like that's the goal of the book. Like
right.
if a person reads this book and they they feel like they just having a one-on-one with me, we actually having a one-on-one conversation, man. Then for me the goal is achieved.
Right.
So that was the initial plan, man. Just for me to have some brother time, bro. Like, I released it. I officially announced it on the transition of my brother passing away,
right,
which was on New Year's Day. So I try to offset every bad thing that happens in life with like a good thing. So the fact that it is a build a brother book to help build us, uplift us, to release it on the transition day of my brother, man, it was like God divine intervention, I guess, or it was definitely him doing,
right. So. Most definitely, that was it was a heavy day, but I was glad that we were able to pull off that surprise for you.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to my sister.
Shout out to the wife.
Man, like when I say that lady really be putting in
Didn't
work.
see it coming at all, bro.
Bruh, the fact that we were, bro, you know how hard it was to get you to stay still?
Man, she
lock
kept,
you in the house?
She kept telling me, like, why are you outside? Like, come in the house. Like, what do you mean there's people outside? We have, like, people outside. There's a DJ, like, TP was DJing, shout out to Alicia, she was on deck, L3, and it was a vibe at the house.
We really was vibing.
We were enjoying the celebration of the new year. Right. And then she just, why you don't come in the house? Like, let me talk to you. And then we get in the house and she not talking to me. Like, what am I here for? What are we doing?
We just needed you to stand still for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just to get everybody in place.
Me, bro. She got me. I didn't, Brittany never failed.
You lucky, man, because I was gonna give Chin this footage of you crying, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna be that brother.
Hey, brother, you can shed. I don't care. I ain't ashamed of my tears.
That's what I'm talking about. But why you always make fun of me when I say I'm about to cry? Oh, okay. I just wanted to let that go. Okay.
This is bigger brother, bigger brother to the bigger little brother just picking up, picking on you a little bit. So that's all it is. That's just, cry, brother. Cry.
Yeah, it was a very emotional night.
Yeah.
It was very beautiful just to see everything come full circle. Yeah. Because when you first threw it out there to me, saying, hey, yeah, I'm finna write a book, I really thought you was playing. I did, because you play a lot.
Yep.
So I was like, all right, okay. Mm-hmm. He's like, nah.
I knew you was going to take it like that. That's why I did it like that.
I was like, all right.
I wasn't telling nobody really.
Because when you threw it to me, I was just like, okay.
You don't believe it, yeah.
I see it when it happens. Because that's how we work.
Yeah.
That's just us. Whenever you pull up with it, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. But then, you came through.
Yeah.
You dropped this book on me. And I'm just still in awe.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a really good read. And I've been telling all my homies about it. Like, look, Amazon, type in Adrian C. Bell.
Yeah.
The book is going to automatically come up.
What they supposed to type in?
Adrian C. Bell, man. Just pull up, man. Not Brick City Lack. Adrian C. Bell.
Yeah. Right in the search bar on Amazon.
It's going to pop right on up.
Come right up. First thing on up. Bang.
Take a couple of days to get to you. That's it.
Bang.
And then once you get it, hit his DM and man to come sign your book.
Hey, man. Link with me.
That's
Indeed.
it. Yeah. Get you right.
Yeah.
But let's dive into these questions, my brother.
Holy Ghost.
Yeah, man. I got some questions for you, my brother. Few questions for you. For you.
Here we go.
So, in the book, you talk a lot about your upbringing and how you were raised. Me and you both know we church boys. We grew up in the church. I slid out to the streets, but I still kept one foot in the church though. But so, what do you believe to be the top 3 pros and or cons of the way that you were raised, my brother?
Top 3 pros and cons to the way that I was raised. Everything has a flip side to it.
True that.
So it's really about the way that you see things.
Right.
First things first. I grew up with, my dad in the house.
Right.
So I grew up with the example of hardworking, devoted, protector, father. Like that was the example that I have. Provider. That's the example that I have. Not afraid to get his hands dirty. So it taught me the same values, to work hard, to put forth the effort, take care of home, take care of my wife, the responsibilities at home. It taught me that. On the flip side, that was the example that I had. So that was my expectation of what every man should be. Like, why are you not hardworking, sir? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you not? This is how we're supposed to be. What do you mean? You don't work hard. You don't you don't want to get dirty. What do you mean? Like, so it becomes that, like, you have that standard, and then that just that standard does not apply to everybody. So that's the flip side, pro con. Another one, I grew up under a 2-parent household. So I was subject to marriage. Marriage made sense to me.
Gotcha.
This was ideal. Like, I saw the way a healthy marriage works. Clarence's parents had a real good marriage. So I seen like a healthy, shout out to 8 Mile. That was a great movie.
It really was, man.
But I seen a healthy marriage. So it taught me the compromise. It taught me the give and take. Flip side to that, it made me approach every relationship I was in like a marriage. So now I'm giving husband Adrian to girls that don't deserve husband Adrian. And that's not tough. Ready for husband Adrian.
That's tough.
This was I'm shown how to be. I'm shown how to be a husband. This is the example that I had.
Right.
Aunts, uncles, everybody's married. So that was the example that I had. Flip side to that, then with that being what I was shown, it was what I tried to emulate too early, in my opinion. Pros, cons. Lastly, I'll say the spiritual side, because you mentioned being the PK, preacher's kid, for those that don't know what a PK is.
Yeah.
That the upbringing just rooted me in church.
Right.
So it gave me somewhere to. It taught me where to draw my strength from, like who to look to, in my down moments and stuff like that, man. So it created the roots to my relationship with God and Christ and the kingdom. The flip side to that is everybody don't understand the expectation that comes as a PK. Like there's major pressure there. A lot of people, people would think that, oh, well, y'all got it good. Like, both parents in the house and this church, and y'all don't understand the expectation. Like PKs understand what is expected of another PK. So just dealing with that aspect, man. But in reality, like I had a choice. I think we all have a choice. I could have chose to do something opposite of what I was shown. It doesn't, just because I was in a 2-parent household or anything, or I grew up in church, doesn't mean I had to stay that way. I could have made the choice to do something different if I wanted to. So, yeah.
Take a little segue. Hey man, shout out to everybody in the chat right now. We see y'all, and much love to everybody. Game. Okay, we
What
see
up,
y'all.
right now, that Brian.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. But you touched on just the pressures of being, the expectation of walking the right way coming up. I'll say my side was a little lenient coming up, so I had a chance to make a lot of mistakes. My mama, kind of took the reins off of me.
Yeah.
As a kid, so I tended to venture out a little bit further out there in the deep.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
I tended to, just travel out there, man. I was outside.
Yeah.
I was outside.
I stepped out there and the water was cold, so I went back in. That
nigga said the water was cold.
Hey man, I put my foot in the water and that water was cold.
Man, and had to get up out of there.
Yeah, get up out of there, man. This ain't where I'm supposed to be.
Hey, nah, man. I stayed out there and I drowned a little bit. I drowned a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, this ain't where I'm supposed to be.
I drowned a little bit.
Nah, man.
But it taught me how to survive.
Yeah.
So you can literally put me anywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm a be able to adapt.
I commend you, man. I commend
you. Hey, nah, man. I commend you. Because it's not easy, because we both grew up in that circuit of churches doing, all doing the same thing around that time. You were in my ministry at that time.
Yeah.
So was I during that rise of it. Shut up. Do not do it, Adrian. Do not do that. We said we gonna keep it cool.
We just keeping it cool. That's cool. The people don't know about you, your angel wings.
You, my brother.
They don't know about your angel wings.
There's no such thing as angel wings.
Ah, man, you was miming with angel wings.
Bro,
Cornelius was miming with angel wings.
I made this nigga. Yo, this man talking about one time I ministered with some things.
That's all I remember.
You is so trash, dog.
Ah, shoot. That's all I remember.
This nigga's trash.
God bless you. Son.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, man. I love you too. I do it out of love.
I see that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull another question out, man.
Yeah.
Cause you're ignorant. Super ignorant. Let's see. I can't deal, dog.
It's good stuff right here.
It is. This is great quality.
Yeah.
All right. So, next question. Why do you believe in today's climate, with all the advocacy for men's mental health and promotion of healthy relations, do men, specifically Black, still struggle in that area?
I believe that we as Black men struggle in that area because I think we're just we've been taught or conditioned over time so much over time to take pain and not just take the pain, but take it silently. True. And it's always been like feeling has always been something frowned upon, almost in a sense. Like, crying and tears and all that type of stuff. It's always been kind of like frowned upon. You're not supposed to feel. You're supposed to be strong all the time, and all that type of talk. For me, like acting was my passion. Is my passion. I still wanna act.
Right.
And I can recall the scene in the movie Glory with Denzel Washington and Morgan Freeman, and it was based on black soldiers, I believe, in the Civil War, and they were on the front line, and there was a scene, man, that Denzel's character, just more so a younger, rebellious, kind of off the handle a little bit. He did something. I don't recall what he did, but he did something or whatever to receive discipline. They were giving him lashes, so they was gonna whip him. So, now in the scene, you see the anger. Immediately see his anger and snatching off the shirt to get the lashes. Now, in that same motion, you already, once he takes the shirt off, you already see the slashes that have already been on his body, that he's already received. That you gotta remember that he's been through the pain already, and he's walking into another setting to where he's about to receive more pain. And he's walking into it like freely, in a sense, prepared to take the pain. So, it did, like, the visual of it, man, did something to me. So he goes up there and he puts his arms on the two posts, and they just start cracking them with the whip. And you see him taking the lashes, but for the most part, he's not breaking. He's just eating it. You don't see much expression. He'll kind of do something. He'll do the Denzel thing with his lip, to where he just kind of holding that pain in, till it get to the point to where he breaks, but it's just a single tear that drops. Then another one comes, and but there's no wailing cry. There's no outpour of emotion, like he's not going over the top with the emotion, but it's just silently taking that pain. How many of us have like just literally ate the pain that we had to endure and just dealt with it? You can't talk to nobody about it. You don't want to talk to nobody about it. You just bottle it up up inside, and you put too much pressure behind anything, it's gonna break.
Facts.
At some point in time, it's gonna break, and I think we've just been so conditioned for pain, that it becomes like a crutch. The only time I seen my dad cry was when he was praying, and some day I don't have kids yet. Like, I don't have my own seeds as of yet, but I have seen dads tell their sons, like, stop crying, like, be a man, stop crying. It's a child. Like, it's a little boy. They got emotions. Like, they're gonna, sometimes that's the only emotion that they know. Like, the first thing they do when they come out the womb is cry. So, but I think that, in our manhood, man, we just been so conditioned to just take it. Take it. Like, I don't know what the situation was with Twitch, that just took his own life. This man had like a positive aura about him,
that drew people in.
You could see him on the Ellen Show. You could watch him in the movies, and he just felt positive. You felt positivity like radiating from this man, and to know that he's going through his own storm to where he feel like he can't take it no more. He got to take his own life. The only solution is to take his own life, man. So I think we just have to find ways to deal with the pain. Like, it's okay to express your emotions, how you feel. If you got to talk to a third party, man. And a lot of us steer from therapy or counseling or anything like that, man. But sometimes you have to find an outlet. So, but yeah, man, we've been conditioned for the pain, bro. And it's not a form of crying is not a form of weakness. Sometimes if like the option is to do something crazy, or to cry, like, I'd rather cry and let it go than do something crazy, man. Because once you do something crazy, you can't take that back.
Yeah, that 15 minutes, that 15 seconds of crazy,
it'll ruin your life, man.
Yeah,
it'll ruin your life.
It'll derail you real quick.
Yeah, man, in a heartbeat. So it's definitely just embodying that pain, man. We keep a lot of that in, and I think that's one of the main issues that we have as black men. I don't see it as a weakness, man. Like, expressing yourself and identifying how you feel is not a weakness.
Same, because I say for myself, I grew up in a household where, like, I'll say my first household I grew up in was in my grandparents' house. I've never seen my grandfather cry.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Mm-hmm. Not
even to this day. And him dealing with the things that he's dealing with now.
Yeah.
I've never seen that man cry.
Yeah.
Then once my mother got married, I've never seen her husband cry.
Mm.
He lost his brother, I want to say back in, like 2016, 2015, around that time.
Mm-hmm.
Did not see that man cry. Right now, his mother is suffering from dementia.
Yeah.
And I've never, still to this day, never seen that man cry. So I never grew up around men that actually showed emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, myself, I was an emotional kid.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to deal with rejection. Didn't know how to deal with, failing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, my outlet became church and music.
Yeah.
That became that was my outlet.
The outlet. You need an outlet. Yes.
Because after football was done for me, I was just it just became church.
Yeah.
That's all I did. That's the only thing I did, other than when I was running the streets.
Yeah.
When I was with my older brother. But I'll be honest, like, I really didn't, even when I messed around, when I had my heart surgery at the age of 20, I don't even remember crying then.
Is it healed?
Get your damn hands off me. You are the most ignorant nigga I know. Excuse me.
My bad.
Your mama would be so disappointed in you.
I'm checking on my brother, man. Just making sure you all right.
I'm Gucci, man. It's been over 10 nigga. No.
Okay. All right. I put it there.
No. Don't touch me.
I put it there.
Don't touch me. Oh man, but
Jesus.
I never grew up around men that showed emotion.
Yeah.
So it literally took for the female friends around me, and then meeting some genuine brothers in my 20s.
Yeah.
That taught me, hey, it's okay to tell your brother, hey man, I love you.
Love you, man. Yeah.
I wasn't accustomed to that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't, of course your brother, your sibling gonna tell you they love you because that's your sibling. But to actually have positive individuals around you that'll check on you, hit your line and be like, hey brother, I love you.
Yeah.
Hey man, just checking on you, making sure you good.
Yeah, man. Build that brother.
That meant a lot.
Yeah.
And I was able to turn around and really find positive outlets. Once I stepped away from the church for a while, and I still had those people who were around me making sure my mental was good because, this just because, you see a person thriving and everything, that does not mean you still battling your own personal battles at home.
Yeah.
Everybody people will wear a smile and on the inside
and be drowning on it. Yeah. Be
dying on the inside.
Wearing a smile on the outside and drowning on the inside, man. Yeah.
People know how to mask their pain. And I was one of those people. I would mask everything. Mask it with a smile. I'd be the first one. I'd be trying to make everybody else feel good, make sure everybody else straight. But on the inside, I am tired.
Yeah.
And like the other day when me and you was talking, I told you, I said, bro, I'm tired.
Yeah.
It becomes, you drown when you're the one that everybody comes to. When everybody looks to you to be that person to fix everything.
Yeah.
Or just to be the one to uplift everybody. I ain't always got it.
Yeah, man, you're not gonna always have it. You're not gonna always have it. You gotta give yourself the grace to feel, to breathe, to go through, and to digest stuff yourself, man. You can't be everybody's savior. You could be there, but you can't save everybody. The first person you gotta look out for is yourself, because if you break, you definitely ain't gonna be able to be there for nobody else.
Say it right.
So yeah, man, you gotta take care of yourself. You really, really do, really do. What Netta said on there, she's like, yeah, if you stay up under a wave for too long, you're bound to drown. You gotta come up to breathe at some point in time. So yeah, man, that's real.
Brian says, where do the fixers go? We don't go nowhere. We just deal.
They need a place to go, bro. Fixers need a place to go.
And I'm learning that now.
Yeah.
This is who I go to. Yeah. We be at work. I got something going on. Hey, bro.
Build the brother meetups and conferences.
Coming soon.
Plug, that's coming.
Definitely coming soon.
That's real. It's real. It's needed. It's outlets. We need outlets, and that's what makes the difference. Finding an actual outlet to just kind of go through and decipher everything that you're feeling, everything that you're going through.
It's not an easy feat.
No, you're not gonna have all the answers yourself.
Never. Especially if you didn't come up in a household where you were showed the proper way to turn around and deal with life. I didn't have a blueprint. No, I see my grandfather, he took care of house. He went to work every day, went to church on Sunday. My mom's husband, he didn't go to church, but he was at work every day. So all I've ever known was take your behind to work and make sure all bills are paid. And then make sure you go to church and make sure you pray. That was it. When it came down to how to deal with emotions, how to deal with a woman, I didn't have an example for none of that. So like, we got some transparency right here.
Yeah.
When I lost my first child at the age of 18, I did not know how to deal with that. I dealt with that in quiet for, I want to say, till I was like 22, 23, and I finally told my mom.
Yeah.
And I think we were sitting in the driveway. We went somewhere, and we were coming back, and then we were sitting in the car, and she was talking about something. And I was like, "Hey, Mom, I got to tell you something." And I told her, I said, you were supposed to be a grandmother, but I said we lost the baby. And then that was my first time breaking down and crying about it.
Yeah.
Like releasing the tears. And my mom was like, why you never came to me? I didn't know how to.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to tell anybody that. That was just something I dealt with. My girlfriend at the time, she dealt with it her way. She didn't really speak to me about it. Like after the situation, we tried to reconcile the relationship, but it didn't. After the baby was gone, it was just like, there was really nothing that we could do.
Yeah.
And we just went our separate ways. And for a long time, I resented women for that. So it's like, it wasn't my fault, the baby, that happened. But then when I tried to be there, you cut me off. You wouldn't talk to me.
Obviously, she dealing with it her own way. I would say I'm sure it ain't easy for any mother or soon to be mother to lose a child. Like that child is growing inside of you.
Right.
It is literally a part of you. Right. So to lose it, to lose the child, however long she carried it, doesn't really matter. But to know that it was there,
a piece of us,
a piece of y'all, a piece of her, that was growing, living inside of her, to not have that, not see a good outcome come from it, man, and that to be stripped away is something to take in, and clearly just broken, and not knowing how to deal, you being broken and not knowing how to deal, and I think both of y'all should have went to talk to somebody after it, rather than just kind of keep that in. You said 18 to what, 22?
23.
23?
About 23.
That's a lot to just hold that in, man.
And that was like a burden.
Yeah.
Because it was so much going on. Like I ended up entering into a different relationship after that. And a lot of those insecurities and hurt, it messed that relationship up. Now, me and that person still best friends to the day. Shout out to my best friend. Laid out.
Yo.
I hope she watching. But it made me, I want to say it made my skin tougher. But I still had a bunch of built up emotions.
Yeah.
And I want to say the levee finally broke. Like when I hit rock bottom. And I want to say my rock bottom was like 2016. 2016, 2017. Around that time, that was my rock bottom. And I was like, okay, God, what's next?
Yeah.
Because I'm at this point, and if you don't tell me where to go, I'm jumping off the ledge, because this is a lot, and I don't know which way to go.
Yeah.
And then he threw me a lifeline. In the weirdest way. I received a phone call from my best friend. Shout out to my boy Los. And this was like literally on the day where I honestly was ready to commit suicide. And my boy called me and he was just like, hey, come to the house. And we sat out the house and we listened to music, I want to say, for the whole day.
Yeah.
Just listening to different music, introducing me to different artists. And that day really saved my life. Because if he would have never called me that day, I promise you, I would not be here having this conversation with you right now.
Yeah. Oh,
and that was God's way of being like, I hear you.
Yeah.
Let me put this in your spirit right quick. You're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And I've had weak moments after that, because depression does not go away. This is something that you grow around your depression. It doesn't grow smaller because, you're seeking therapy or time is going by. No, that pain, that hurt, that all still stays.
Yeah, you just learn ways to cope. You learn ways to deal. You get tools to deal with the things that you're going through. Medication ain't always it. There's actual tools that you can use and skills you can take to deal with the depression, man. A lot of people go through it, and a lot of people just stay with it and not take any action towards dealing with the emotions that they go through. So, that's major, man. I think a lot of us have dealt with depression in some form, shape, or another, myself included. So,
right,
yeah.
But that was good right there, boy.
Yeah, man.
Come on, go ahead, tip.
You the one.
That's you, baby. That's
God
all
bless
you. That's all you, man.
Holy Ghost.
Yes, all right, man. Get into the next question.
Yeah.
All right, so within your book, there's a chapter on recognizing the value of a woman. Without giving too much away about the chapter, explain your viewpoints on valuing a woman beyond the physical. Because these brothers need to know, man. They need to hear it. Me included.
Like I would say that and this is just me. Of course the physical matters. You know, you want to be attracted to whoever you with.
Right.
You know. That's the first thing that you see. There's usually something that
draws you in.
You know, that draws you in. Physical only gonna go so far because there has to be some sort of substance. What do you possess beyond the physical? Like, I need to be able to, if I see a future with you, I need to be able to trust you with my peace. Like, I should be able to find, have peace with you. I should be able to trust you with the development of my seed. Like, if that was the case, cause you fine don't mean that you know how to raise my child. Cause you fine don't mean that you know how to bring peace to my home. So, just and understanding the value of a woman, I think it really shines. It speaks more so to understanding the value of the woman or that woman.
Right.
And it also speaks to knowing the value of yourself, because if I know what I'm worth,
get into
I'm going value. If I value myself and I know what I'm worth, I'm not just gonna throw it out freely. Like,
right.
If I can have, and you talked about 48. You know,
no, I was wrong. It wasn't 48. It was actually 47.
You talked about 47, 48.
And that's it right there. See.
So it is. I can have. I can see value and worth in a female. And knowing my own value and my own worth. If she can't see her own worth and value, why am I giving all of me? Like, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna level. It's not gonna level out. The tool for that chapter.
Right.
The tool for the chapter of understanding the value of a woman is a level.
Right.
Like, the level is supposed to balance itself out. So if she can't meet me where I'm at, we always gonna be off.
Right. That's it right there. Hold on, they want me to read this right quick. So, this is what it says. I think I learned a lesson about value in that moment. So much of what we value depends on what we as individuals will accept. As much as I valued her as a woman, I should have also valued myself. That's why this book starts with what a man is and what he isn't before even the discussion of women. I gave her my heart, and to be disregarded in return, it hurt. But the reality of it is we all make mistakes. Everybody doesn't move like you move, understands what you understand, or has the same values you have. Maybe you are reading this and reflecting on someone that disregarded you. But put up the lessons and move forward. You can be better, and you deserve better. Everyone has flaws, and no one is perfect. But when relationships are valuable, all parties involved must act accordingly. Man, that is a word right there.
If I had, think of it this way. If I had something of value that I hold dear to me,
on me,
my wedding ring, for instance, and it's a toddler by me or around me, and I'm just like, they bother me about, having something to do, something to play with, and I just get them my wedding ring, and then they go off and they do whatever they're gonna do, and then I find them, or next time I see the child in the house, I'm like, okay, well, where's daddy's ring? I flushed it. I ain't value it that much.
Cause you let that shit
Cause you gave it away.
Facts.
You legit gave it away. Like the things that you that you really value, you're gonna hold on to. You're not just gonna give it away to anybody. And I had to learn that myself.
I'm still learning that.
I had to find value in myself. I stayed in situations that I was in because I didn't know my worth yet. I didn't know I didn't know Adrian, completely yet, man. So I had to come to that understanding.
Right.
And once I was able to do that, man, it was time to go. I knew what I was not gonna get. So it was time to go.
True. See, I'm learning that now as I'm in this dating pool.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of my friends.
Is it deep or is it shallow?
Oh, it is shallow and pissy.
Glory.
It is shallow and pissy. You my older brother. I talk to you like this every day.
Mm-hmm.
Don't act like we don't talk like that.
Man, go ahead. Yeah.
But
yeah.
It's hard out here.
Yeah.
It's not easy dating in today's climate.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna just do this. So I was just recently courting someone who I liked a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And as the young kids say nowadays, I was applying pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little old now.
Make it hot.
Make it hot.
Put the light on them.
Yeah. I was applying pressure. Yeah. I was doing all the hopeless romantic things. Mm-hmm. Buying groceries, popping up to a job with flowers. Doing nice things to show her that, hey, I like you.
Buying groceries?
It was simple stuff. Don't do that. Don't be that person today, sir. Don't be that person. You my brother. Okay. Chill out.
Okay. We'll have that talk off air, man.
We are. But just showing her I actually paid attention to the small things. You are so fucking petty.
Go ahead, man. Talk. Man, I'm listening. I'm listening.
I don't tell you shit.
Go ahead.
That is the main reason I don't tell you shit about what I do in these streets.
Ahead, man.
But just showing her.
Mm-hmm.
Can you stop?
I'm not doing nothing. Go ahead.
Nah, nigga, because you is doing something.
Nah, man, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Showing her that I actually was serious about her.
Mm-hmm.
And she did the same. She showed up for things that really mattered to me and put attention to detail when she showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something big for me because I care. I don't ask for much. I'm not one of those people. I don't care if you buy me stuff. I get it myself. Mm-hmm. Show up because I've never really had people around me that showed up. Mm-hmm. So if I ask you to do that, that's how you don't want me over. Mm-hmm. You show up for me, hey man, I'm in your corner for life. Mm. But it went left in the quickness.
Eggs is $6, $8.
It really is. I work in a restaurant.
I see what you was doing. I wouldn't have led with that.
What?
I wouldn't have been buying no no groceries.
On and off thing. Don't be that person.
Okay.
All right.
Next. Man. Okay.
Listen. And today, listen, sir, you not me.
Yeah.
You a whole different type.
We
of
different.
nigga.
I'm building you though. I'm building you.
You definitely are. We'll take that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the dating, it's not easy dating nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But then when people ask you to be, you know, a communicator and voice your emotions and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and then you do that, and then people stop communicating.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, dang, as a man, it's like, damn, why the hell should I even open up if this is going to be the outcome when you choose to open up? You know, people shut down on you. People put up walls,
Mm-hmm.
or people ghost you.
Mm-hmm.
As like I was talking to a young brother the other day about it. He was telling me how he was dealing with, you know, a situation where the young lady that he was dealing with, she shut down on him emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
But she still expected him to do everything that he was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it don't work like that.
Yeah.
Because things have to be a flowing stream. It has to be a flowing stream.
Yeah, it has to be balanced.
You can't be out here full of emotions and she doesn't want to hear what you got to say, but you have to take on the brunt of everything that she has.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
It's off kilter.
Yeah. It's a give and take, man. Every relationship, and that's not I'm not speaking intimate relationship. Every relationship, connection with a person, anything.
It's always give and take.
It's always give and take. It requires work. It requires effort. It requires communication. There has to be now when you get to when y'all in a relationship on like with a goal in mind, then it's like intensified at that point,
right?
You know, because you're thinking about like life goals, life moves, and actually joining y'all life together, man. So there comes a different understanding, a different level of understanding there, man. But it is I commend you for like being dealing with the dating process right now. I am so grateful that I found mine.
I pray mine comes soon because I keep telling Jesus.
I do too, because you can't keep buying free like groceries, bruh. You can't. We can't keep doing that.
That was the first time I ever did that.
We can't keep doing that.
Never again.
Okay. All right.
Next time
please, Jesus, find us some.
Please.
But that, you know,
don't be that person.
Sometimes, man, you just gotta, you know, the words say a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. But sometimes you gotta get to where you're supposed to be, in order to find her. It ain't, you know, she not just gonna come to you in the midst of this foolery you got going on, and not you got going on, but just in the midst of in the midst of life, like what's going on. She's not just gonna drop into your lap. Sometimes you really do have to go find her, but you gotta get to the place where you're supposed to be. You know, people ask, "Ain't God, like, why she ain't came yet? Like, where she at? Like, why I ain't found her yet?" You gotta get to where you're supposed to be.
Right.
You know, she might literally be waiting for you at a specific point, but you gotta get there first. So you gotta stay true to yourself and stay true to the process, man. It ain't always a overnight thing, man. God really might be just protecting you from something.
That's funny because I actually posted something the other day. I was like, my wife, the woman I'm supposed to be with, probably out here really praying, and that's why all my relationships
ain't failing.
Just failing every time.
Yeah.
Anytime I jump into something, it failed instantly.
Yeah. I'm glad. Cause you don't.
Don't.
I'm here for the one and done, dog. That's all. I'm just here for the one and done.
Cause I felt like you was gonna be like, you know, every girl you pick be trash. I felt that was gonna roll off the tip of your tongue.
I wasn't even about to go there, but we have had talks about, like sometimes you got to switch it up, cause like if you getting the same outcome every time, you know,
is it me?
Is you got to ask yourself.
I do every time.
Okay, dang, is it me, or am I attracting a type? Do they all fall in like the same categories? Is there like a rhythm to this, you know? And if it is, then now you got to step back and ask yourself, like, why am I only attracting that, or what is it? Like, you got to find the source of that, So that's just all self development, man. Sometimes it ain't them. Sometimes it might be you.
I don't think it's me, man. I think I'm an amazing person. Just gonna throw that out there. An amazing black man.
Somebody said, "What do you look for?"
I don't know. What do I look for?
I already got mine. Thank you, Jesus. I see it every day. I said, "Thank you, Lord. Have mercy. I got it." Jesus.
A woman that could pray. That's one thing, right? Because I don't mind talking to God. I don't mind getting on my knees and crying out to Jesus at home. I don't. I'm very serious about my relationship with God because I wouldn't have nothing that I have now without Him.
Amen.
And that's just real.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Talk to me.
Be very clear
and intentional with my prayers.
And intentional with your prayers.
Well, see, that's my thing. I write everything down. Everything is very specific to the T in that book.
When you talk to God about what it is you want in a woman, you better be clear, because He will give you what you ask for.
Oh, I believe it.
You say, I want a woman that prays. Every time you turn around, y'all in the closet. You hear me?
Prayer.
Yeah, man.
Tyrion every night.
Yeah, every night in there. You at church every night.
Right, baby, I cannot come in here and have a Tyrion service. I just worked a 12-hour shift, woman. I'm not finna Tyrion.
Do you have someone you're interested in now? If so, why haven't you tried to take a step? Or somebody. I don't know who that is.
I don't know either.
I don't know who that is, but they knocking, cuz.
Hard.
They knocking.
I don't speak about my personal. I do not speak about my personal life.
That's all you've been doing, bruh. You've been opening up. Today, you've been opening up.
Well, yeah, because I'm in the room with my brother. Yeah, I could talk to you.
That's what this is supposed to be.
True, but I'm not going to talk about my Listen, if you want to talk to me, hit my DMs, Teddy R. Belly, on Instagram, and you can ask your questions there. God bless you.
Holy Ghost.
God bless.
My.
I can't even. That threw me off completely.
Yeah, come on. Just jump.
No, that's funny. Yeah. But no, it's not an easy thing, man. Just you really trying at this age.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting up there.
Yeah.
And we have this talk all the time.
Yeah.
Like, time is definitely flying. And you don't want to turn around and look back on your life and be like, dang, when it's all said and done, I never, experienced love. And that's something for myself. I always wanted that because I've never seen my grandparents be affectionate towards each other. I think I've seen my grandparents kiss twice. I want to say once when I was a child, and then again at their 50th wedding anniversary vow renewal. And I was like, that was one of the most, beautiful times. I wrote my grandparents' vows for them. I had to get in my poetic bag.
Okay.
I was like, go ahead, Papa. Go ahead, say that thing right
there. Wow.
Hey, I got him right.
I believe.
You got him right, man. You know my pen ain't tight. Yeah. So but I never really seen that. But that's something I always wanted.
Yeah.
And then growing up, seeing my, being around my friends as I got older, seeing them and their parents, having genuine relationships. Like, shout out to Mom and Pop Malone.
Yeah.
Like, they have such a beautiful relationship. Your mother and your stepfather, beautiful relationship.
Nasty.
Shut up! Don't talk about Ma like that. Hey, Ma.
Nasty.
Shut up, nigga. And then your relationship with your wife, man.
Nasty.
Okay, I don't want to know that. You're not gonna talk about my sister like that. What you're not gonna do in front of me is talk about my sister, sir. Okay, you would not talk about my sister like that on this show, sir. I will hit you.
I am married, son.
I will hit you. That is my sister.
I am married.
I will swing, nigga. Okay, I will swing on you. My sister is a child of God.
Mine.
Shut the hell
Last
up.
name Bell is mine.
Shut your ass. That's just the level I want to get to. I want to get to that married stage. I want to get into that marital bliss. Nobody wants to jump from woman to woman. That ain't where it's at.
Anybody got time for that, man?
Nah.
That's work, bro.
I don't want them spiritual entanglements. I'm good on that.
That's work. You
feel me?
Yeah.
That's way too much. Okay, man. Let's get into purpose, my brother. Let's really dive into purpose. Me myself.
Dive in. You said it.
Me myself. I want to say the past 2 years, I really dove into really trying to find what my purpose is in life, and I low key kind of found it in the midst of creating this platform. And I like to be a beacon of transparency because, again, like I said, I was talking to the young man earlier this week. He was like, "Bro, I didn't even know you talk like this." He's like, "Bro, anytime I see you, bro, you cracking a joke or you saying something slick," and it's like, bro, I'm super layered. I say, if you really get to sit down and talk with me, I say you'll really find out I'm very deep and very profound when it comes down to talking to people. I don't mind, sharing my story or how I move or the things I've been through. I don't mind shedding a tear in front of people because that's just me.
Yeah,
I'm a cry.
That's a form of strength, man. Yeah, it's not a weakness. That's strength.
So if I got to cry, I'm gonna cry in front of you. It don't bother me at all.
Yeah.
But what I really want to ask you, my brother, because you the man with the plan. Wrote the book.
So they say.
Hey man, you the money man yourself, man. Do you find it hard not getting lost in believing that your work, as in what you get paid for, is your end all be all when it's hard to figure out what your purpose is in this life that you're living?
I don't believe that I'll say that I don't believe that it's hard not getting lost. But I believe it's easy to get distracted and not to be focused on purpose. I'm in that phase of my life now. Discovering and understanding what my purpose is here on this earth. Ironically, which is not a knock to my parents by any means. I can't or upbringing or anything like that, but I can't recall like having conversation or being taught about finding your purpose.
Same.
It's always been, even in school, man. It's always been you go to school to get a job, you work, start your family, hopefully get you a retirement, and then at some point in time you die.
That's it.
That's it.
That was the basis.
That was life. So we were not subject to trying to live a life to fulfill purpose. So just now with where I'm at, man, that is my goal. And I think a lot of us just do not know what our purpose is here on this earth, man. Matter of fact, this a plug. Like, shout out to like one of my closest friends. She actually my manager too. Shout out to Genevieve Carville Harris. Brian, plug, put the link in for your wife book. In the the comments, please, because she got this book called Activate, and it is Secrets to Living a Supercharged Life.
Right.
In this season of, that I'm in now with reading more and everything like that, I copped her book and I sat down and read it in one setting.
Mm-hmm.
And this was me just jumping into, all right, I'm gonna start trying to read.
Gotcha.
So I said, all right, I'm gonna try to do 25 pages and then I'll go from there. If I feel good with 20, I'll just do 25 and then I'll stop. Got to 25 and I'm like, I feel good. Like, this is good stuff in here. You can see, bro, that it's highlights all throughout this book.
I see that. I ain't want to highlight it. Your
hey, man,
book.
It's your book.
It's a lot of stuff in here,
you
man.
Do. But this book opened up like my thought process.
Right.
Because specifically in here on page 13, on page 13, she makes reference to the two most important days in a person's life. The first day being the day that you were born, and the second most important day is the day that you figure out why.
That's a bar.
Yeah,
that's a bar.
Yeah,
right. Shout out my sis.
So when I got that, man, like when I read it, it just made me, pause, and I really had to take myself under evaluation, and really ask myself, like, bro, like, why are you here? What are you doing? It sounded stupid because the of course, like I told you, my passion was always acting. Mm-hmm. So it sounded crazy to me to say, all right, well, you act, you mime, your purpose is here to entertain. And for me, and it wasn't like I'm a comedian, so I'm not solely trying to bring laughter to people or anything like that. It just seemed like it wasn't enough for me, because I had automatically tied passion to purpose.
Right.
But knowing, now being in a place to where I know that it's two different things, I am just on that journey to find purpose. I'm the goal of the book is to not only be in the process of building myself, but to build another brother in the process.
Right.
You feel me? So I encourage people to do what you have to do to find your own purpose. And just naturally embrace the journey. I think we get so fearful of the unknown, afraid to jump, afraid to leap, and really operate in blind faith. Like, faith is actually blind.
Yes, it is.
But just a lot of us just kind of go through our day. How many of the brothers out there just really just go through the day, just going through it, like, with no guidance, no intention for the day, just to get throughout the day, and that be that. And me personally, I want more. I don't want
a mediocre life.
No, bro. I don't want to just clock in and clock out and that be life.
Nah, you can't. You got to break away from the routine.
Nah, man. You if you break down the 24 hours in a day, you ain't got much, because they want you to sleep 8 hours.
Barely get that.
They want you to be on somebody's clock for 8 hours. That leave you with 8 hours left in the day to eat, get yourself together. You still gotta, take the time to shower and get dressed, all that type of stuff. Eat 3 meals a day. Like, by the time you do all of that, you got maybe 5-6 hours to your actual self, to do what you want to do, um, uh, uh, whatever you can to allow yourself to grow and stuff like that, man. So, we have to maximize the time that we here, and I believe in doing that, and finding purpose, man. That's the ultimate goal for me. That's my ultimate goal at this stage of my life.
That's real.
Yeah.
We gonna piggyback on some of these questions that we have in the chat. At x.levi.x. He asks, do you have some? No. That wasn't the question. Have you ever tried to pursue someone that you couldn't have? Yes, I have. I have done that, and it was not an easy. It wasn't something easy to deal with because me and that person had a connection, and you thought that the connection could overtake the situation, and it didn't, and it backfired, and then both of you end up in an awkward. We ended up in an awkward space where tensions became high, and what we valued was lost because of we tried to force something that was never meant to happen. Because it's okay to be like, oh yeah, you can be in one situation but still have somewhat of a feeling for someone else. It's natural. You're human. It happens. It's called attraction.
Yeah.
But does it mean that you should always act on it? Hell no. It's not gonna work. Be real.
Yeah.
Like it's not always gonna work. Just because you're attracted to somebody, just because you can catch a vibe with somebody, does not mean that there's some authenticity there that's going to produce itself into a relationship. Sometimes it's just a moment, and you have to be okay with that. And to this day, I'm still learning that. It's not easy because trust, any little thing that feels remotely like love, you want to jump on it. You want to hold on to it. It's like trying to catch a firefly. Yeah. You want to lock it in a jar and keep it with you. But it don't work like that.
Reasons, seasons, lifetimes.
Oh, me. Let's see what else.
Yeah.
Let's see. What about you, my brother?
What was the question?
Have you ever pursued anybody
that I couldn't have?
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't always get them. I ain't always bag them. I ain't always been that dude.
You not that dude now, nigga. What you mean?
I ain't always been that dude. Nah, man. I'm just I'm a different breed, bro. Like I told you, man. I was looking for a wife at an early age, at a young age. Wanting that type of connection, probably when I shouldn't have been wanting that type of connection. So, and I had been interested in girls growing up that didn't really wasn't interested in me. My motivation now is not to say, look at me now. But look at me now. I mean,
hey man, listen. Got a wife,
so
successful businesses.
It is what it is.
Author.
It just wasn't meant, bro. That's the reality of it.
Right.
Like it just wasn't God's plan, for me to have the ones that I couldn't get, and I don't know what He could have been blocking me from. So. I could have just been in a season of wanting the wrong thing, man. But I got the right thing now, so that's all that really mattered to me. At this point, But I think we've all dealt with. Shout out to anybody who has ever gotten everybody that they wanted. That's amazing.
I ain't never got everybody I wanted. It's a couple of
something.
Yeah, because if I would have had it my way, I'd be married by now. I definitely would. I'd have been married back in 2012. Keep it a buck.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Who was that? Who was there at that time?
Yeah. If you can't guess it, then nigga leave it alone.
What age were you then?
21, 22. Yeah, there's only one person during that time. Leave it alone. Twin asks, what's the next book to look forward to? Are you going to go the same route or a totally different route, my brother?
Uh, I'm I'm actually in the works of that. I would say, um, this is for us, bro. Twin. Um, this is this is for us. What I'm doing is for the brothers. Um, so ain't no different route. Um, there is this an expansion of this. Um, I'm all about us growing, developing, getting stronger together, building each other. So that's the movement. It ain't just no book. It's a movement, man. And more people, more brothers will be included. I'll say that. I put it like that.
Yeah, because I'll be writing something like at least 4 chapters in the next book. We've already talked about this.
We have
Getting a publishing deal and all that good stuff. Book signings. I need a limo service, private jet, all that good stuff.
But tell me what you when you read it, twin. Tell me what you think, man. Like, give me your honest feedback on it, bro. Like, I'm open, man. I ain't no, I'm reachable. You know how to get to me, man.
I give you his number real
But
quick, twin.
definitely, man. Give it a read, bro, and talk to me. Let me know what you thinking, where you at with it, man. I would appreciate it.
Want to get to this question right. Well, it's not even a question. In many parts of the book, you say, and I quote,
Mm-hmm.
"Marrying my wife was the greatest decision I ever made." Come on, son. Come on, son. Speak on your amazing queen, man.
My baby, Brittany Mitchell Bell. Brittany Mitchell Bell on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. I'm just put out there. Y'all done seen the proposal. You know,
Shout out to the viral
yeah,
proposal, man.
man. That's how I do big things. Um, big things, back. My my wife, bro. What can I say about my wife that I have not already said? I use Facebook as my mountaintop to shout it. Shout my love for her. Um, from the mountains, man. She was and is what I needed and what I asked God for. And I am forever grateful to him for allowing me to have her, for him gifting me with her.
Right.
She is my trophy. I do not take her presence lightly. I do not you know, she means so much to me. She's my level in my toolbox, you know. Brittany balances me out in so many ways. Um because she's seen me, she's been like the support system, from jump. And she was there when it wasn't us, and she was there as a friend. And then we grew into be more than friends, and I fell in love with her. And it was honestly the greatest decision that I could have made, because I could have um missed the opportunity. If I would have played around too long, I could have missed the opportunity. Um, but I learned in the failed things that I have been in. I learned and understood my own worth, my own value,
Right.
and she understood hers. And she was man, Brittany was ready to dip, dog, because I was playing. I had got to the point to where it was like, I just want to chill. Like, I just got out of something long. Like, I just want to chill. And she gave me that space. She didn't, knowing that there was something there. There was an attraction there between me and her. There was an actual stable friendship between me and her. And there was interest. Um, she gave me the space to just breathe and navigate through my own feelings and everything I was kind of going through. But it got to the point that it was like, all right, what are you doing? Like, I'm about to leave. If you don't act right now, I'm going to leave. And the fear of losing her, what I know God sent me, what I know I asked God for, the fear that I had of losing that gift made me straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right.
My Lord.
Straighten up and stay right. So yeah, man, that's she's again the greatest decision that I have made to date. She is my number one support system. Um you seen what she just did for me on New Year's Day, man. Always has me in her heart, and I can't thank her enough on a regular basis. I love her with all of my being, and I just want to give her the world or to die trying.
Me.
That is the ultimate goal.
I feel that. That's beautiful, man. Oh, man.
Whatever, bro.
Can't wait till I get to that day, man.
Yeah, man.
Talk about a beautiful
that's my
woman,
baby.
man.
That's my
Shout out
baby.
to my sister, amazing woman, man.
Yeah, man. I'm blessed to have a. We're blessed to have each other. I'm definitely blessed to have her in my life by my side. Um, and like I said, man, I'm indebted to him for giving her to me, and allowing me to change her last name, man. That's a big deal. Now I'm just trying to get her pregnant.
Talk your talk, my boy. Talk your talk.
Shoot the club.
Hey.
Hey. Bow. 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 Bow.
Go ahead, man. Make me an uncle this year, man. Stop playing.
I'm shooting, cuz.
Hey, man. I ain't mad.
Bang, bang. Sing, bang, 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 bang.
Like Pop said.
Yeah.
My love, go bang, bang, bang.
bang. Yes, sir.
Oh, man. The last question, man. At the end of the day, what do you want the reader to walk away with after this book?
That's a good question. What do I want the reader to walk away with from this book? I would say it is my desire that it ignites thought, self-evaluation, sparks some questions. Most questions have answers, lead to answers, which eventually leads to change and evolution and so forth and so forth. It's just my desire that everybody is able to find some clarity in their own life, find purpose, to operate in purpose and in fulfillment. It's not like a blueprint, but it's enough to make you question, to want to be better, to want to do better, want to be more, and do more, in my opinion. Sisters, this is for the brothers. I would say that it's cool for the sisters to read it because it'll kind of give you an insight to what's up here in a lot of us, that we don't talk about, we don't speak on, and stuff like that. So I believe that it would give the women some insight to how the brothers think. And then, but this is definitely for my brothers, man, to get clarity, understanding about yourself. Lay everything that you have that is you lay everything out on a platform, and gather all the tools in life that you already have. Um, identify the tools that you need, the tools that that you don't have or whatever. Identify the ones that you need, where you can get those tools from, um, and start to, you know, assemble what your life is supposed to be. Don't be afraid of making the mistakes, um, putting pieces in wrong. Sometimes you can get to the final piece of the build and realize that you got something in wrong. Now you gotta take it apart. Don't be afraid if a piece breaks. You know, there's ways to fix it.
True.
So if you have to take it apart completely and build it from scratch again, then do so. But that's life. Just I pray that everybody that does read it just kind of embrace the journey of what life has to hold, and just do a little better, and move a little better than you are now.
That's real, man. Let me be the first to say, congratulations, my brother.
Thank you.
I'm like one of your biggest fans, regardless of the fact if you look at me like your little big brother.
Little brother.
Shut up, nigga. I'm super proud of you, and I honor you always. I know I give you the hardest of time because that's what I do. I'm not gonna back down from you. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
If you can lift up the other half of the building with one arm, don't care. If you walk in here with your shirt off, thinking you, I don't know. Yeah, nigga. But I love you, man. I'm proud of you. I'm honored to be considered a brother to you. Grateful to have seen this journey, having a front row to it, to see where you started, to see where you at now, and just to know the trajectory of where you're going. It is a blessing to be along for this ride. As I tell you people, please go out, support this book, get with my brother, How to Build a Brother. Lessons Every Man Should Know by Adrian C. Bell. I promise you, it is a great read. It is definitely worth it. You can find the book on Amazon. All you have to do is type in Adrian C. Bell, and you'll find it. Promise you, well worth the read. It's going to bless you. It is going to open up your mind, open up your eyes, and have you thinking in different ways. So, please, people, go out, support. I thank you, brother, for coming tonight, man, sitting with me and having this talk with me. Again, shout out to Penthouse Studios for hosting us tonight.
Appreciate you.
Shout out to everybody in the chat for just conversing, just the constant questions. I appreciate y'all. So much love. I'll be dropping more the link for his book in the chat once the live is over. I thank you guys so much again. This has been another episode of Teddy Talks the Podcast. Hey, man. Peace out.
Yo.